Hi, welcome to Mary's Village Style and welcome to my kitchen. I have Frank Bruno, the president of Friends of Isola della Femmine today here with me, and we're cooking and running the camera, just the two of us. Well, he's running the camera, not me. But so what we're going to do today is an old world recipe, and we're going to make liver and onions, which, you know, I haven't cooked for maybe 30 years.
What?
Liver and onions.
Oh, okay, got it.
When my husband came from Isola della Femmine, he would go to a restaurant all the time because he was with his dad, and they would go to the Rainbow Cafe downtown Pittsburgh, and he would order liver and onions because it's the only American words he knew how to say. So he ate a lot of liver and onions. So when we were first married, I made it, and then when the kids came along, they didn't want it, so we stopped cooking it. But someone made a comment on Facebook a couple weeks ago, and it sparked my memory. I said, hey, let's try it. Let's make it and see how it comes out. It's been a long time. But I called some of the grocery stores, and they don't have it. They don't carry it. But Lucky's in Antioch carry it, and it comes frozen, and it comes in this package. So I've never opened it, so it was in the freezer. They sell it frozen. So I'm just going to open the package with scissors and see what it's like, you know, if it's anything like I remember. Oh, this is in like it's in a little individual packet. Okay. So we're going to open that. These scissors are not the best, I could see. They're not the best. We're going to put it in this little bowl. No, in this little one here. And Frankie's going to put a little bit of red wine vinegar on it. And we're going to try to hold them all together, and just, you know, sprinkle a little bit, and we're going to let it sit in the red wine vinegar for a few minutes while we get our onions going. We're going to make the onion mixture. It's very thin, and I don't remember liver being that thin, but it's very thin. You have to kind of be very careful. Could have been a little bit thicker, but okay. It is what it is. And I'm going to make all 4 pieces. There's 4 pieces that came in this package. And like I say, I got it from Lucky's in Antioch. So it looks nice. You know, it looks good, I guess. So we're going to see if we can recreate our grandmother's liver and onions. Okay, I think that's enough. Okay, put a little bit more. Let's kind of let it sit in the wine vinegar a little bit. Okay, good. So we're going to leave it in the red wine vinegar for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes until we get our onions ready to go. And we'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to make our onion mixture that goes on top. Okay, we're going to start by putting some olive oil in the frying pan. And in this dish, the olive oil is part of the sauce. So we're going to put more than you normally would put, okay? Because it is part of the sauce now. And we're going to add the onions. And I have a big bowl of onions here. We're going to use our onions today for 2 different recipes, because we're doing 2 things today. And the thing about the onions, they kind of melt as you cook them. So we're going to caramelize our onions. That's our next step here. So while our onions are beginning to caramelize, we're going to flour our liver. And I'm going to pull it out of this mixture and shake off all the vinegar I can. And I'm just dredging it in a little bit of plain flour. There's nothing in it. I'm going to add some salt and pepper when I cook it. You know, so we're just lightly flouring it. Some of these pieces are kind of long, so we'll have to cut them, I guess. I'm just going to dredge these 4 pieces and then go to the stove and lightly fry them. At least that's how my grandmother did it. So I think both of my grandmothers. And I remember my Aunt Marion used to do it too. She made great liver and onions. But liver was always thicker. This is pretty thin, So we'll see how this comes out. Hopefully it's going to be okay. Okay, so I'm just going to put the liver in the frying pan. And I'm using a cast iron frying pan steak because that's what my grandmother used when they cooked it. So I'm trying to keep it the same. And some of the pieces are long, so I kind of cut them. But that's making it look like there's a lot more liver here than there is. But so I'm just cutting them. And we're going to just lightly fry them. Be right back. I need some salt and pepper on there. So we're just going to lightly salt and pepper. I don't think it's going to require very much. So it's been a long time since I've done this, but I think it's just going to get a little bit brown, not too much. It's very thin, so it's not going to take much to cook it at all. Oh, look, pretty. Nice and golden brown. Yeah, I've forgotten what it looks like, or should look like. And of course I'm going to make a mess. Kind of sticking a little bit, but not bad. Looks very pretty. I'm going to get a platter for it. And I really don't think it's going to need more than this. No, the other side is nice and golden brown too.
The smells like when I was a kid.
Smells like liver and onions, huh? Yeah, it's very thin, so it's only going to take a few minutes to cook. This one's a little bit red, so let's flip it over. But it's very crunchy on the back. I liked it when my aunt used to make it, Marion Pappas. She was a really good cook. And I used to like it when she used to make it. You know, in high school.
Yeah.
You know, but... And then my mother-in-law had a great recipe for it, and we should probably do that one day.
I would say you put it in a little bit of flour, that's how I remember it, but you had your special breadcrumbs. Putting that on there would not do it justice?
I don't know.
You know
They didn't put breadcrumbs, so I don't know.
Yeah, I know, they did.
And I don't know why.
Well, I remember it being a meaty color, not a bread color.
Yeah.
You know, it was funny that we had all these different families. A lot of these families didn't know each other, but they went ahead and they cooked, simmered the same dishes.
The same dishes, yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
they all talk
I
to
think
each
all
other.
of our Nanas, you know, that was their community, so they were all friends.
Yeah.
We didn't know each other, but they did,
Yeah.
you know. So.
And they all said the same thing at the breakfast time. What do you want for dinner?
Wait a minute. We used to tease my mother because we'd be having Thanksgiving dinner and she would say, what are we having for Christmas? But we would have the same Christmas Eve dinner every year, the same Christmas Day dinner every year. The only thing we would change is we'd have a leg of lamb or a turkey or a roast. That's the only thing we'd change.
Yeah.
Everything else was the same. And we just used to laugh. Okay, so the liver, that was really fast. You know, very, very fast. Okay, all of our onions are pretty much caramelized. Wouldn't you say that, Frankie? I think it is. Okay, so now we're going to season the onions. And we have a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pan, as you can see. Personally, I would like to have a little bit more. I know, you know, it's a lot of olive oil, but this is the sauce. Okay, and we're going to put, to that, we are going to put some salt, a little bit, some pepper, And we're going to put some of our Italian oregano. And we're going to put some red wine vinegar. That's going to make it,
Tangy.
yeah,
Very
tangy,
good.
tangy. So that was probably, I don't know,
Half a cup?
maybe less, maybe, you know, a quarter to a third of a cup. And it looks to me like I should put a little more oregano. I don't see much of it in there, and I like to see a little bit more of it. You know, cooking is a little bit visual for me. There's a couple stems, but it's really okay.
You sure that's oregano and not marijuana?
It better be oregano. And I think we got it. I think this is it. Okay, so now we're going to top our liver with a little bit of onions. Okay, be right back. So we're topping our liver with the onions, and we're going to put a little bit of get a spoon and add the little bit of juice that's in here, a little bit of oil on top too, so it won't be dry. So we'll do a little bit of that, and we're going to taste it.
Wish you were here.
Good job.
Okay.
Okay.
There, you want to have some?
I'm watching. I'm watching.
Oh,
I hope it has enough salt and pepper on it. Really? I mean, really?
I am telling you. This tastes like Mom's.
Oh wow! Good, good.
Good flavor on the liver. Let me just see some.
And it's cooked long enough, right?
There, it's perfect.
Good, good. Old world recipe.
And I'm not saying because, you know, we can always edit that out, but
Yeah, that's true.
excellent.
Good, huh? Okay, all right, good. Ask you to share our posts every time we post something with your friends, and ask your friends to share it with their friends. Do a public post, whatever you have to do to get us out there so we can grow our following. Also, I would like you to not only just to share, but to like the page and to follow our page if you're interested in our recipes. And I also want to say that Friends of Isola has a website, and if you could kind of tell your friends about that, it's friendsofisola.org. We'd like to share our posts on our website also with everyone, you know, everyone that is interested. Also, we have an Instagram account, Mary's Village Style, and it's under construction. We're just getting started with that. It's really a lot of fun. And we have a YouTube channel. We've been posting everything on our YouTube channel. Every video will be on it. So if you could click the bell on the YouTube channel, you will receive notifications of when we post a new video. And if you could hit subscribe, there's no charge to hit subscribe, but that's how we get more views and we spread our videos around. And of course, share wherever it says share. So I thank you very much for following us and liking our page and being a part of our group. And always check Friends of Isola della Femmine Facebook page for updates and things that we're doing for future events and all of that. So thank you very much.